The honourable member for Richmond.
Mr. Speaker, I want to raise some concerns with the Minister of Transportation Infrastructure Renewal regarding some roads in Richmond County. To his credit, last summer the Minister joined me in visiting Little Harbour, which is a wharf in Lower Lordways, which is currently only accessible by gravel roads. As the Minister suffered himself after meeting with both fishermen, crew members and a local buyer processor, this wharf is the economic engine of this community and brings in over $1 million in revenues at that facility itself. The Minister had his department put in a counter on the road, and now both the fishermen, crew members and local residents are waiting to see what actions will be taken. So my question is, would the Minister be so kind as to advise what his department's plans are to address the situation at Little Harbour?
The Honourable Minister of Transportation and Infrastructure Renewal.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, and I thank the member for the question. It was an opportune time when I was in that the community, of course, to actually have the opportunity to meet with the member and, of course, to meet with those important fish processors who brought it very clearly to my attention their concern. The commitment was made that there would be an assessment done of that road. The Chief Highway Engineer and myself meet each Wednesday on priorities over the next couple of months, and I will assure you that this particular upcoming Wednesday, I'll bring this road and the Little Harbour situation to the Highway Engineer's direct attention. But I thank the member opposite for the question. It was appropriate for sure, because I do know how important that gravel road is to the community the member represents. Caught me, didn't you? Thank you for making sure. But more importantly, I want the member to know that I'm fully aware of the fact that, and I do thank him for the way the matter was handled, and will follow up appropriately.
The honourable member for Richmond.
Well, thank you.
Your first supplementary.
Well, thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. I'm certainly pleased with the answer. As the Minister's aware, both crab season and lobster season have started, and there's a flurry of activity taking place in that area. And so we're certainly looking forward to what updates that the Minister can provide us. And I know the local councillor, Steve Sampson, has certainly been voicing some concerns to me as well that he is hearing. One of the other roads that unfortunately we didn't have a chance to visit while the Minister was down, but that I have raised and brought to his attention, his staff's attention, is the Cape Ogat Road. This road is located on Ilmadam, just off the main road into Arishat, and is home to the Clearwater Live Lobster Holding Facility, which is the largest live lobster holding facility in the world. As a result of that, this road sees heavy traffic, and as well the traffic from all of the employees as well as local residents. Recently, a child who attends school was injured on a school bus due to the rough nature of this road and the fact that the bus hit a section of road where the pavement is completely gone. I'm wondering if the Minister could advise whether his department plans on taking any immediate actions to address the problems with the Cape Ogat Road.
The Honourable Minister of Transportation and Infrastructure Renewal.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, and I thank the member opposite for the question. Particularly when it comes to bus safety, it's an indicator of the fact that we could have a real problem with that road. It'd be a matter that I will have to look into. I thank the member for bringing it to my attention. Specifically, of course, I'm aware of the fact of the prominent role that the fishing industry plays in the community of Ilmadam, and it'll be something that we'll bring to our attention on Wednesday. But thank you for bringing it forward.
The honourable member for Richmond on his final supplementary.
Mr. Speaker, the local office of the Department of Transportation Infrastructure Renewal has been very effective in dealing with some of these issues through their RIM funding. As the Minister is aware, that RIM funding has been cut as a result of this recent budget, which is going to make it more difficult for the local staff to be able to address some of these pressing issues with roads throughout Richmond County. If the Minister is not prepared to commit to an actual tender to repave the Cape Ogat Road this year, I'm wondering if the Minister will at least make a commitment to ensure the necessary funding is provided to the local area manager and his staff in order to ensure that the dangerous nature of the Cape Ogat Road can at least be temporarily addressed with some paving to patch some of the worst areas on that road during this summer season.
The Honourable Minister of Transportation infrastructure renewal.
Thank you, and if I may, Mr. Speaker, it gives me an opportunity to speak on the RIM funding, and I know how important that is to members opposite. RIM funding in particular in certain rural parts of the province, and I know that when we were in the Red Room discussing RIM funding, various members brought it to my attention that they specifically wanted to know what appropriate dollars were available in that specific constituency. Hopefully members opposite and members of this side of the House have taken me up on that offer and have heard back from the Department of Transportation Infrastructure Renewal when it comes to RIM funding. I also, however, want to point out, if I may, Mr. Speaker, and I don't want to take the time of the House, but I'll take the occasion to point out to the member opposite that we will be using RIM dollars as effectively as possible. Those local dollars are very important, particularly when it comes to highway projects. Maybe tenders of the big nature are not going to attract a headline, but we all, of course, know, those of us fortunate enough to be involved with RIM funding, how important it is to our community.